Hello friends, welcome to this new video in MongoDB video tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to walk you through MongoDB Compass, which is a nice graphical user interface software which can be installed on desktop or laptop so that you can try to run queries using GUI. So far we have seen CRUD operations, MongoDB data model, MongoDB installation. The installation of MongoDB Compass I have covered in one of my previous videos in this tutorial series. You can find out that. The link is also given at the top of your screen. So I have opened MongoDB Compass. This is Windows 10. So let me show you how can we create connection to MongoDB server running on this local system only. So I have MongoDB started here on my system. Now I want to connect Compass to my server. So this is localhost. So I can type localhost. Port number by default. Port number is 2017. Right, authentication. There is no authentication for now. And I want to connect primary SSL. Let us leave this as, and I want to save it as localhost demo. Click create favorite. On the left hand side you will be able to see localhost demo. Let us connect it. Now it is connecting to my server, and we will see after this connection has been established that the school database which we have seen so far in previous videos is available here. Let me click on school database, and you can see that there are two collections, classes and students. And here on the right hand side there is a summary of that first column collection name, number of documents, average document size, and other stats are there. Right, we can see that in students collection we have 12 documents. Average document size is this. If I want to delete, I can delete this collection here. Delete students collection, delete classes collection. If I want to create a new collection, I can use this option, right? Now let us first try to create a database here. Using this option at the bottom left, you can see that create database option. I can create a new database, demo test db. Collection name, as you remember from my previous videos, that in order for database to exist there must be some collection name. So let me create demo collection also. Now the database is getting created, and if you look at this on the left hand side, demo test db has been created, demo collection has also been created, right, with no records in that. So here you see that document size is 0. Here also I can create a collection, or I can click on this. Here also I have option to create a new collection. Let me show you by creating a new collection, demo collection 2, create collection, and the collection has been created. Now let us go to our schools database, and in our students collection only. On the right hand side you can see that there are so many documents, and it is showing that there are total 12 number of documents with this total size, and average size is this, how many indexes are created, right, the total size of that index and average size of that index. And here it is showing that how many records we are able to see. In a pagination view we can view different pages based upon next and previous option. We can refresh it, right, after adding a new document. We can see the data in tabular format. You will feel that this is a relational table, right, which is not the case. We can see it in list form, right, Now let me create a new document here, student ID. By default, underscore ID is the primary key of this. So let us create, I want to create this as a string, or this I want to create, let us say 20 number students, and this could be one of these keys. I want to have it as maybe int64, right? And then I want to create a new field, add field after student ID, let us say name, then it is John. After pressing enter, it takes me to the new field where I can say that status active, right? Then I can create personal details, and from here I can select that this is an object, right? Inside that I can again create, let us say age. Here I can again create it as a int64, and I can create that it is 19 years of age, right? So let us insert this much detail here so far, and you can see that a new record has been created, right? And let us find out where that record has been created. If you look at the bottom of this page, this record has been created at the end of this page, and you see this is the same detail which we have entered: student ID 20, name, personal details, age. So this basically is related to create part of, right? Create part of document. Now let us try to read this. So we can try to read student ID equal to 20 and press find, and we can see that the student ID with status and all the details has been shared with us. So let us say status, I want to see all the students who are active. So I can see that status active, it has returned all the 13 records. Let me try to find out a student with inactive status. No, there is no student with inactive status. We can reset this field, and let us try to mark this student status as inactive. On the right hand side, we can edit this document and let us make it as inactive, and on the right hand side click update. Now let us try to find status active. If you remember how many records were there earlier, it returned 13 records earlier. This time it has returned 12 records. Now let us try to find out inactive. Now if you see, now it has returned the student which has status as inactive. So this is how we can try to create documents from MongoDB Compass, read documents from here, update the documents from here. We can also copy this document and we can clone this document also, right? And if we want to export this query into other languages, like if I'm working in JavaScript or Node.js, right, or Python, so I can convert these queries in this way. So this is how my query will look like in MongoDB Compass or MongoDB Shell, but I can convert it into Node.js format, Python format, right? And I can copy this and I can paste it in my editor where I'm going to write that Node.js or respective language code. For this query, there is no difference, but the queries which are going to be complex, right? There will be syntax difference in MongoDB shell command as well as the respective language specific MongoDB driver. So I hope you have liked this video. So far we have covered only the basic thing here. I just wanted to introduce MongoDB, Compass, various options to you. As the video duration is going to be on the longer side, so I am stopping here with basic introduction to MongoDB Compass. There are many options which can be used from MongoDB Compass like aggregation, schema, explain, indexes, validation, connection to MongoDB Atlas, right? Importing the data, exporting the collection, and many more things which can be done using MongoDB Compass, which I will be covering in future videos. So with this, I would like to thank you so much for watching this video so far. Please share this video with your friends and colleagues. I'm looking forward for your feedback on my videos. Also, you can get in touch with me for any consultancy on big data, AWS cloud, serverless, JavaScript, NoSQL databases. I would be more than glad to help you on that. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you in future videos.